that you came to party, baby, 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 baby. Look like we gon' leave this party with somebody else's lady. I know that you came to party, baby,
Welcome to the Roast
baby,
of New York
baby,
podcast.
baby.
I'm Scott Hall.
I'm Dan Wickes.
And we are here with the legend of New York roasting and roasting in general, Mr. JP MCDADE.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys, so much.
Thanks for being here,
It's a
buddy.
real-
Yeah,
it's a
very
real
excited
pleasure.
about this one.
Yeah,
Love
we're very. I think the first one, did the first one ever even come out?
No.
The lost tapes.
Whose fault was that?
I don't know, but if it was this person's fault, it's probably the first time and only time he's ever lost video or audio.
I was drinking then. I'm sober now. Just the Coke Zeros for your boy. We're excited to have you back on, JP.
There's an edit in this episode, like scene missing because Scott got too fucked up off the Coke Zeros.
Yeah, right.
The camera's on upside down.
Believe me, I tried, dude. If I could, I would be.
You wouldn't see that edit because seeing the edit would assume you saw the tape.
True. Then you'd be taken out. You'd have to be dealt with.
Yeah.
When's the last time you did a roast?
It's been a while. I think it was at like Netflix's A Joke Fest 2023, 24.
Wow.
One of those.
Who was it?
It's gone quickly. It's I'm blanking on his name. My bad. He was a good dude. It'll come to me, but
I think it was Patrick Depari.
there
right?
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan,
The catalog just opened to page 69.
yeah, now who won the pennant in 1973?
Yeah, right. This guy's going back to the future with Biff's Sports Almanac. But yeah, it's been a minute. I wouldn't say I'm retired in any way, but it's just been a while since I've done one.
Would you do one if
I would
people
do one.
asked?
I would definitely do
Maybe
one.
not here, but a real one.
I could,
A
no, I
bigger
could,
one?
the here would be great, I think.
Really?
Who would you
I don't
roast?
see why not. I mean, I would want to come out of retirement, semi-retirement for someone big. I don't know.
Like,
Let's get Eli back.
Oh, dude. No, he's already beaten me
Eli's not
twice. I don't
coming
have a
back.
right to challenge him.
That's fair. He's too busy challenging the administration.
Yeah, one of the top dogs.
Yeah.
I think at one point I was scheduled to battle Andrew Manning. This was years ago, and it never came about.
I would love to
Yeah.
see that.
Remember, you guys did it in New York, but then like that, just the video never came out, right?
No, we never did it. We were going to do it in New York, but then for whatever reason it got canceled. But there were many battles I was just thinking that I did in New York that were never taped.
Yeah.
They're just forgotten to the ages. Someone came up to me at a party not long ago, and they were like, I was just thinking about our roast battle, and I legitimately had no memory of battling.
Not to do the pennant thing again, but that is the Andrew Manning battle because I've quoted you had one of my favorite Andrew Manning jokes ever.
I don't think so. What was it?
I don't know. Should I say it on the pod? Because he might use it if you guys
Say
do.
it.
Okay, you told him he looks like he went to school with a briefcase.
I feel like I've told him that before, but I could swear we've never
judging
battled.
thing?
It might have
No,
been.
it
It might have been
It was
judging.
a New York Comedy Club. You going to trust this guy or the autist?
We got
yeah. You are.
If we
does make a
find
good
that
point.
tape,
There
your
is-
autism is gold star certified. I would love to find that.
Probably a lineup
If
that
I
exists
completely
somewhere.
forgot battling him, I will be pissed.
Damn, I want to see that. What'd you say to the guy who you didn't remember?
I
How do you
was
handle
really
that?
resistant. I was like, "Are you sure?"
Oh, okay.
Who was it?
You didn't fake it. You weren't like, yeah, good times.
No, I did not fake it. Like my man, and I
Yeah,
just kind
exactly.
of walk off
Yeah.
to another room. Oh, you.
Yes.
Hey,
Sport.
who could forget? I just throw down a smoke bomb and I disappear.
Tell me who it was. I might know the date, the jokes.
I'm blanking on that too. So the point is, roast battling damages your brain in permanent ways.
Yeah.
That's what we've found.
That's true, especially after the one that just happened. The roast of Kevin Hart.
Yes, yes.
JP was a writer on that. He writes on a bunch of different stuff. He's one of the writers to the greats. As a great roaster himself.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool what Shane did when he took the picture of all you guys.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool. Like considering like how much craziness there was backstage and just people trying to get into his dressing room and like the sheer volume of celebrities and notables in the hallway back there. And he was just like, make sure we got everyone here. I want to take a picture with you guys. And 3 of the Kevin Hart stand-ins. But No, that was really, really cool because it was like, if you're deep into the lore and history of Roast Battle in New York, that was a pretty damn good crew.
Yeah,
It was a nice reunion.
Yeah, that's wild to me. Is it like that backstage? There's like a lot of people just trying to get into Shane's. Just
Well, it's like
everyone
everyone's
wants to
trying
get into
to
the back and say hi and be part of the thing. And
yeah, I mean, I went back there. I was like, I just want to make sure I get a chance to say thank you before I get out of here in case like the craziness, everyone gets swept up and when like we don't see each other.
Sure.
I didn't know he wanted to take a picture. And I walked back and just like said thank you. And he was like incredibly gracious. And then like Ted Sarandos walked in and I was like, all right, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
But it was, and then it's like The Rock wants to take a picture and all these people. So
yeah,
it was so crazy. But he's like not fazed by the celebrity and shit.
I sent him a text after the roast, and I've met Shane tangentially like when he's been here.
Yeah,
but and he hung out in the green room, hung out like a little bit, and he was cool, but it was also his show, so it's like, well, but he was. I texted him after the roast, and I thought two things after the roast. I was like, one, Tony still jokes or whatever. He's still one of the best roasters that is doing it, regardless of kind of the online like whatever. His cadence and pacing and just fast, and I kind of don't want to like Tony.
Oh, you say Tony's one of the best?
Yes, I don't want to like. Yes, I'm happy to have this discussion. I know, because I think the jokes after the rewatch.
And this is how much Scott doesn't want to suck off Tony. He skipped mentioning that the night Shane was here, he watched our entire roast show.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he hung out.
Shane's the man.
He watched me call Steven.
Yeah, that's what I should have prepared. I should have prepared that video.
That was brutal. So much so that Steven was like, "Don't put it." Steven didn't even tell his last joke. He was like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, it was great.
I still told mine.
And another great thing, and this was like literal like 5 just vicious jokes that Scott tells about Steven's wife cheating on him.
Oh shit,
and
it was bad.
And this is all going on. Like I'm sitting at the judge table. I have no idea that behind me are Shane and Joe List losing their shit watching this whole show, and everyone else. I think with the judging was being kind of nice to Steven because they knew what a bad situation was. But I just had no idea, so I laid into him.
Yeah.
One of the best videos is someone on their phone. It's like me landing a joke, and then it cuts to them, and they're like banging on the wall.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, I'm okay."
But Dan was up there, and he just saw the emperors go like this. Kill him.
Dan judging is always like, "You should quit comedy." And I'm not being sarcastic. This is not a joke.
This is not for you. You have chosen the wrong path.
I literally said, because Steven had used to host the show, and then I got rid of him for just various reasons. But I went, Steven, I wish I could make you the host so I could fire you again.
That's kind of like what was awesome about it, because I watched a lot of these old roasts to get ready. The old like Roast of Patrice, the Roast of Voss.
Those are the ones I always watch.
Yeah, the old ones at Caroline's, like all these people. The Roast of Jim Norton, I guess. But because most of the material is comics, like even getting a little inside baseball and just being like, your act sucks.
Yeah, dude.
And it was like making fun of each other in a way that only comedians could, like only they could understand. It was,
There's Ben Bailey is like my I talk about it all the time. I shot something with him the other day, and I was telling him about it.
Dude, Ben Bailey just took the sword out.
Oh my god!
Shut the fuck up, Robinson. Fat-headed retard.
Reese goes and goes, "I'm going to get something to drink," and he's like we all don't know you mean eat.
Shut up.
Yeah, Barry, shut up, retard.
You do. I'll get something to drink. You all know you mean eat.
The Voss one, the Ben Bailey Voss joke.
Which one is that?
Where he goes like, "Hey, Voss, the master of crowd work. Isn't that crazy? The master of not having material but performing anyway."
Dude, the Barry Katz joke where he goes, Barry Katz recently said he had information that could hurt the celery. What are you going to do? Manage it?
Perfect joke. There's no fat.
Speaking of the Comedy Cellar, it is rumored that Barry Katz has recently threatened the Comedy Cellar by saying, "I can hurt the Comedy Cellar." What do you plan to do, Barry? Start managing it?
Like, I think it was that roast where Yeah, because it was a roast of Patrice. Colin Quinn is talking about Patrice's necklace. Okay. He got like a silver or white gold microphone necklace. He's like, if somebody gives you a microphone necklace as a gift, you can make fun of them for it, but if you buy it for yourself, it's almost not to be joked about. Just kind of a sincere thing that was like, we feel bad about this. And there's so few ways you could like kick one of Patrice's chair legs out from under him, but that was it. Like it was the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Yeah,
where it was just like so precise.
Wearing a white gold microphone around your neck it's kind of pathetic if somebody gives it to you like it is a award or something, but when you buy it for yourself, it's almost not to be made fun of.
Colin Quinn is really underrated. Like
totally.
Some of the people and like his stand up and like where I'm going to talk about the states is not exactly my thing. Did you ever watch Cop Show?
Cop Show is one of my favorite things ever in comedy.
I send people that. Like I would say once every few months I'll just like send that to people. Like randomly I'll just send them a link to it.
Yeah.
And every single time they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
I'll just watch the whole thing and be like, well, dude, how do I not know about this?
Right.
Like, it's amazing.
It's like a 7-minute episode of a series. Which is great, and it was on some weird website back. It was on. I'm not kidding. Like Infinity, the automaker's website.
Yeah. Was it really before
something
like
crazy?
Yeah, it was like Kia or something. It was some kind of car manufacturer.
I didn't even find it until it got on YouTube.
Yeah, but like Bobby as Sister Ping in one episode is incredible.
Just the Jim Norton where it's like you think I know I'm a rat. He's fucking stupid. Oh my god, a towel of the devil.
Yes.
Anyway,
it's so perfect.
That's all great, but I brought up the Shane stuff and him being here and everything because the second thing I sent to him after the Tony stuff, which we will debate, but is that Shane is even in a massive theater like that, in the situation he is, still comes across as like your buddy.
Treated it like a small show. Yeah. Treated it like a club show, which
the way he hosted was just so personal and like, just felt like he was in a small room. It was crazy.
When he broke loose and he was just like, fuck all these rich pussies down here. I did this video. I was like, all right, the dog's out. Yeah.
I do it for the balcony. I do it for the upper decks. Fuck all these people down here.
No, he was the man. And like, we kind of knew going in, that was, he's gonna be himself. He's gonna speak extemporaneously. He's gonna like do his thing. So we figured like let's just stack as many good jokes as we can and just let him like be himself.
Yeah,
it was really really fun. He was the fucking man to work for sure.
Yeah. So you just gave him stuff. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't. So
speaking of who got the most jokes on?
Oh no, nobody likes a jelly bean counter, Dan. Nobody likes a jelly bean.
Come on, stunt on Mullen.
I would never stunt on Mullen. I was looking back, reminiscing at our old battles and shit. I hadn't talked with him enough in the last year. It was really nice to like catch up with Mullen and fucking. We were just like chilling at the hotel and grabbing dinner and stuff. It was like Mullen's the man. But I remember I've decided to not say publicly going forward how many jokes I got on a certain job because like I might be happy with it, whatever, but like you never know. A day may come when you get shut out, and I don't want to be, and I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you're real quiet this time. What happened?"
Yeah,
but I think I don't know. I think writers' rooms would be better if there was less, if people were like less focused on like how many things they were getting on, and because it's going to happen. You're going to like feel that tendency in whatever project you're working on. It's like, oh, I want to have my fingerprints on this thing. That's like a big part of the excitement. But I think like in that people can discount the effect of like the influence you can have on a writer's room or something just by being there, just by riffing shit out with people. And it may not, as, like in sports, they would say certain shit doesn't show up in the box score. And I feel like that's true in writers' rooms too. Yes, you want to write good jokes. It's what you're there to do. You want to get them on. But like you're also contributing to the creative effort as a whole. So I feel like, we shouldn't be as focused as we are on like getting X number of jokes in the broadcast.
Do you have one that you really, really liked that didn't that?
Honestly, no. And it's weird. I don't know if it's an experience thing. If I had been working on something 2-3 years ago and like I had a joke that didn't get on, I'd be like, oh, it should have been. But now, like, I remember just working on meetings, whether it's with Shane or like with Nikki, where I have a joke in there and they're like, I think we can lose this one, and it's one of mine, and I'm genuinely like, good. I don't know why, but I'm like, good, let's fucking lose it. It's like, and just move on, write another thing. I don't know. I think it's just like you got to commit to the attitude of like, I'm gonna crank out 10 more jokes, no problem. Like,
you're there to do a job.
You don't want to you don't want to be too precious about one thing. There was one, I'll tell you that from the Golden Globes that was like, and it was tongue in cheek. It was like a stupid thing. It became like a joke in the writer's room. Mm-hmm. I had this joke that I pitched. That was like, Jean Smart is here. But that's a stage name. Actually, her real name is actually Corduroy Dumbass. It's so fucking stupid. And it was in there, and then like throughout the process, we were like, "Hey, this is a joke for the room," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. Let's get rid of it. Let's get it out." And then I think and at some point it was back in, and I was like, "Oh, is this gonna make it?" And then I was kidding the whole time, but it was just like, fuck, Corduroy Dumbass is dead. It never made it in. But it became the stuff of legend.
You gotta be on the hunt for the next time Jean Smart is on some sort of roast platform.
I'm gonna pitch it for everything, regardless of whether she's in it or not. Are we locking somebody out right now?
Yeah, we're recording.
I see. Rules are rules.
Yeah.
They just climb in through this window.
And also is something that could happen. It's something I've seen happen.
That's why we have the podcasting bat. In case anyone makes a move. Oh yeah. Have you battled recently?
Yeah, I battled I battled recently here on the. I've done, yeah. I will say though, shout out to the viewers for picking me up. I tried to whine about my hosting, and they were all like, I thought you did great," which thankfully they were not in the room. But I just can't host the show here. It's just too distracting with everything like putting on the production.
Yeah, I get it.
But I've done 3 battles this year. I battled Charity Gregory at the Cellar. I battled Mike Eden at the Mothership, and I battled Mike Gams here.
Nice.
And Mike Gams they were all like tests in different ways, because the Cellar, like that show, I worked very hard to get off the ground, so I feel a real like responsibility to make sure those shows are like all like incredible.
Charity's great. She's a Connecticut.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
And that was also cool because that was a city versus city card.
Right.
And as the going into our battle, which was last, it was 2 wins Hartford, 1 win New York, and 1 tie. So a lot was riding on my performance.
New York was going to take the L.
Yeah. And I also I had to show her. I
had to show her. All of a sudden, you turn into a 70s pimp. Yeah.
All right, Charity, here's how things work in the big city. You sweet, innocent girl.
I mean, she's from Connecticut. Andrew Manning, Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut. There's something about the I don't know, the overlooked nature of Connecticut that breeds a meanness in comedians that leads us to the roast circuit.
Yeah.
Something about the khaki pants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And lobster rolls.
Yeah.
The Gams one was an opposite challenge, though, in the sense that was a really bad show. And the reason
like it was a dead crowd?
It was like, it was like 5 people because we decided. So last time we did one during a Knick playoff game, nobody came.
Sure.
So I decided to do it after the Knick playoff game, see if I get a bunch of my friends to come watch the game and then stick around for the show. Yeah, and then nobody came for the game except my dad and a few comics, and then 2 people who just thought the show was going to start at 8:30.
Yeah.
So we did the show to 5 people. 2 of the battles were just horrendous, and like I had to mostly throw out my set and open my set on like, well, no matter how this battle goes, I feel like I've already lost.
Yeah. Man, it's already nerve-wracking in a roast battle when you're putting faith in untested jokes in front of a good crowd. Yeah. And then if it's a dead crowd, I just think of all those late Tuesday nights that I did at a New York Comedy Club for nothing, for nobody. Like they were not recorded. There was no significant money, no money like beyond spot pay, really. Yeah. And it was like, I mean, in hindsight, thousands of dollars worth of writing.
Yes.
Done for basically free.
Yeah, that's how annoying and entitled they are. Like last year, I did I was on the anniversary show, and I just was like asking like, "Hey, this is getting recorded, right?" And they were acting so annoyed that I would even be concerned about that.
Yeah, but like at a certain point with Roast Battle, after it had hit its peak, and I was just doing it, and I was like, I can't come up with another reason why I'm doing this other than I like it.
Yeah.
So you have to like at some point just find the reward in it that's not going to be career based. You can't. Everyone who like tried to use it as a step ladder was already gone, and it was just like for years, and then it was just the people who enjoy doing it. It's like, all right, I guess I like this. A lot of people talk down on it because it's not their thing, and fine. There are a lot of funny people for whom roasting is like not their thing at all. It's like, but it's kind of tailor made to what I do.
You heard about
so
the
I'm just gonna
girl
keep doing
who
it.
dropped out of Funny AF because she didn't want to do the roast?
I saw that. I was watching. I had to think there was something.
I wonder if that was real, if it was like a reason, like a production decision to make it, to put it like
maybe.
that.
I hope that you guys are right, because it honestly, my genuine reaction was just to get mad and be like, throw me some money. I would have written jokes.
A lot of
I believe that. I do believe that was your genuine reaction.
But not even like a jealousy thing, like it could have been me on stage. Like I'm not working right now.
Yeah.
So I would have helped you out. Like,
yeah.
Who knows? It could be like maybe she had some other shit going on, and like they needed an out.
That's what I assume.
Got booked
right?
on something else.
Because it's just a weird thing. Because it's also just someone shitting on one of the things they decided to do, and then they're doing a roast on Sunday anyway. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for them for that to be the case. And
it was kind of
out there like that.
Odd that they were doing a Kevin Hart roast weeks before.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, dude, roasting. I love roasting. People do look down on it, and I don't know. Dan is someone who genuinely loves hurting people's feelings. But like the art of roasting, like it's one of the most fun things you can do show wise.
It is.
You just get to be honest and fuck around with your friends. Like a loose roast. Yeah. The audience is out is one of the funnest things to do, especially when you're judging. You
guys and I know there's so many more ways to do it than I think people from the outside may realize.
Yeah.
Because like these days, specifically right now, a lot of people are talking about what a roast is and what it's not, and how it's supposed to go, and look at these old shows for blueprints. But it's if you do look at those like old Dean Martin roasts and stuff, it was so open ended in the way people approached it, and we see it now at this show where like people will do some weird bit, some esoteric thing that like isn't set up, punch, slur, whatever the way people think it is all the time.
The classics.
And sure, there's a hearty element of that in roasting, but like, and I feel like any way that you are funny, you can take that to a roast, and you can make it like I mean. If you're someone in like the Joe Pera or like John Early and Kate Berlant style of comedy, there's still, I think, a lane for you in roast. Sure, there's a certain like archetype that, kind of took it over in the 20 teens when it was at the Stand, and it's like, we're bad boys, and the people, you think about the people we're just talking about, the Rich Vosses and Patrices of the world, like they,
and also informed by the Skanks fandom for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Which turns out they're actually sweethearts.
Yeah.
They're rude online, but they're very nice people. And they love comedy. They're a little bit misunderstood, but like,
well, I think it's also a bit of a beta energy where they just like worship the idea of a person who can get on stage and talk to people.
Yeah. There could be some element of that too. It's like, I wish I could do that. But I mean, that I think false limits have been placed on roasts and roast battles. That I feel like it's actually more open to more people than
for sure.
Want to realize.
A very fun one that happened earlier this year. Our buddy Luke Davis had gotten like in a little it was really stupid. Like basically something else had happened where somebody had gotten canceled for something which was legitimate, and then Luke went on a date, and then some girl tried to say he was racist on the date. I think she was trying to like see if she could attach herself to the other larger thing that was going on.
She tried to like lump it in.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It didn't take off. It got like maybe 30 likes and she deleted it. And very, very anyway, larger, not super, a little interesting. She called him racist because of some jokes he made, but he said it started because she called Japanese people Japs, and he said she's not supposed to say that. But anyway, what
I don't know all the details, but it would be funny if she kept progressing and she was like, and then he was racist when I was sucking him off later. Like, oh, I can't believe this. I don't know anything about that situation, by the way.
But anyway, Luke was so funny because we had him against Michael Gunbeade, and then every one of Luke's jokes was just about how brave Michael is.
He literally just
so you just like called him brave.
He just did a bit where he was just like the apologetic white guy.
Yeah.
Michael even snapped and went, "You guys don't understand. Every last 5 roasts I've done have just been N-word, N-word, N-word. This is so much worse."
Yeah, but it was great because Michael's first
Nigerian,
joke,
is that what he meant?
Yeah.
Michael's first joke addressed Luke's thing, so he set him up like beautifully.
Yeah,
he called him like a racist, explained the whole thing, and then
he's like, "I'll go second."
Yeah, and then Luke's just had all these jokes that just buried him, and it was just. But that's the thing about roasting too. When you have something like that, one, it's a very some people within the roasting community like look down on it. I know Kevin Mulheron will do like a bit almost always.
Yeah,
and it's hit or miss, but you are
his,
taking a massive swing.
Yes,
to do that and to have 5 jokes and to really lean into, because you can't do, if that's your thing, if you do 3 of those, you have to do 5.
Yeah,
you can't. So it's like I respect that so much, but to watch it hit is just like. I mean, you can't do it's like a buzzsaw. Like Michael couldn't do anything to Luke.
Right. There's there's no flipping that back.
And we're all dying. And it's like anytime like Michael starts talking, you're just like, shut up. Like we're waiting for Luke.
But that is where judging comes in too, where you can like if someone does have better jokes, maybe you can judge that they win or however you want to view it. But the thing about roast battle is like you can lose and still get booked again.
Yeah.
You can be someone who loses all the time.
You can win and not get booked again.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always said I'd rather lose a good battle than win a bad one.
Yeah.
It's like
the best battles are ones that 2 people put on a show.
Yeah.
And nobody really cares who won or lost.
Yeah.
What was the battle we watched? Scott Chaplin and who else?
Evan Williams.
Evan Williams.
I was just going to say.
It's like,
where he
good
sings
God,
at the end.
dude.
Yeah.
We watched that when we had Harrington on, and it's like the last joke. He had that song just like in the back. He waited for OT.
Which is crazy.
Big J was like, "You just had that in your back pocket."
As soon as he started doing it, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. Nice to see Big J shining on the roast, too. He did really well.
That's cool, too. Yeah. And so just speaking of that, like when we talk about people don't really know what roasting is.
It's really weird that he's Big J and now not big.
He's less big.
He's
Okerson. He's kind of tall.
He's still big.
Well, he's tall, but he's not fat.
He's still fat.
I don't know. I thought he looked pretty good.
He's not thin. He's normal, Jay.
Well, like you see the old pictures of him like holding Kevin Hart. It's like, that name makes a lot of sense.
That's Big J. Yeah, but he also doesn't have a chin strap beard and long hair.
Yeah.
But people clearly don't. We were talking about this before the cameras. Like a lot of people are upset about the roast, and the stuff that I've read that they're upset about is seems to be informed solely by the fact that they just don't understand what a roast is.
Yeah.
Like
there's some of that. I mean, there's after every roast, I think there are takes out there where people are like, "Hey, I think a lot of what was said on the roast is mean." And there's obviously other takes, beyond that, but that is kind of a constant.
You want to talk about the Michael Che thing?
I mean, people are going to have fun online. What are you going to do?
What's that? He was whining about the white writers.
He was saying about how black people roast differently, which I think he probably saw the Tony clip.
How come no one said anyone had a little ass shirt? No, but
someone probably did though.
Yeah,
but then he posted the picture of us and was like, I mean, I've done more than 50 roast battles. Isn't it the first time I've been made fun of for being white?
Yeah.
It's kind of what we signed up for, Bert.
Yeah.
Che, you don't have to co-sign this, but he does seem kind of like whiny lately.
I don't really know him.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's actually been very, very sweet.
Yeah.
I used to bartend at the Cellar, and he would come in and get like a Heineken and give me like $100.
That's cool.
He's a very, very sweet guy. But I know with that and the Tim Dillon stuff, lately, the last couple times I've heard him, he's been wigging out. But when I say people don't know what a roast is, it seems like people were really upset about jokes that the dais caught, and I'm like, that's how a roast works. They're like, how come they're not talking about
people
Kevin?
Are saying, yeah.
And I'm like, what do you...
3 hours of Kevin would be a lot.
That's what I mean. I'm like, that'd be 20 minutes. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we've had 2 huge roasts in the last 2 years, and that's basically been it in the popular culture for a long time, where there used to be one every year with Comedy Central.
Fair.
And then, like, it's less a part of, like, ingrained culture, in entertainment at least, where people know what to expect. Like, I don't know. It's not something that people are as used to, which I think, I don't like myself. I feel like there should be more roasts on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Well, my thoughts...
I think it should be one every day.
Yes. We'll all have health insurance.
There is one every day if you text Dan. If you're in a text thread with Dan.
Oh, man.
But I wonder... So this is the second question I have based on that like information. Is I do think... I wonder... A lot of people are saying that some of the jokes were like aggressive. Super aggressive, super racial, like all that stuff, which is a roast, of course. But I honestly thought a couple of them were like I just don't. I thought they were less funny and more for the service of it being brutal.
Yeah,
which is fine. And I wonder if that is in. And I don't know. I wasn't there, obviously, but it seems like they were trying to get people used to the idea of a roast. So this one was a little bit more aggressive, and maybe the plan is to kind of get people in the. Here's what a roast is. We're going to continue to do these things.
To like make it a little darker, a little meaner, you mean?
Yeah, just like on purpose. It seemed to be purposefully a little bit aggressive. Like, and I don't know. I know you were on Shane's team. Mm-hmm. The noose joke to me, I didn't think that was funny, really. It's fine. It
the bonsai one?
It's just simple.
Well, it was just silly. It's like it didn't need
silly,
to.
But it was like, this is a joke where the payoff is going to be, people are going to be,
Well, I think the joke was also just the fact that he said it. Like,
of course.
And Kevin clearly thought it was funny.
Kevin is an actor.
Well, without
what he's doing up there is completely divorced from what I think he
without telling tales out of school, and I only know this because Shane talked about this on his podcast recently.
Okay,
so said as much publicly. Like he was saying regarding that joke, he's like, yeah, I probably could have done without that one.
Okay,
and so he might have had some misgivings, but he was testing out these jokes in front of big crowds. And I think got like huge responses from on certain things, and it's like I don't know. It could be. It's hard to figure out what you want to put in a set where it's like this is the one time it's going to be on TV and it's ever going to be used.
Of course,
it's like it's difficult to make choices, but it's like to your point about making things like more mean than funny. I think that does kind of come through sometimes, or like people want to own each other, and they want to like make them look bad, just generally speaking. But I think that might be a product of like. People are on such a big stage and they want to score points and they want to, I don't know, because I wasn't in that exact situation where I'm like on that dais, but if they're not that familiar with roasting, they might think going harder means going meaner.
Yeah.
Whereas you can go zany and creative and not be, get huge laughs without being that mean. So it's just your average famous comic has very little experience with the roast these days. So it's like, it's it can be hard for them to figure out. And like, whereas you bring in the autistic Delta Force, like we've done so many of these and judged so many of these. It's been a niche that we lived in for a long time. I would like to see the scale of the next televised roast come down a little bit. I'm thinking like put it in a 3,000 seat theater.
No.
Have people, yes, Dan. Speak on it. What
put
it
in a 10,000 seat theater and make it 6 hours.
Yeah. But I think like if you look at all the stuff they did on the old Dean Martin roast, it was done for a reason. You have them literally at a dais because there's a physical barrier between them and the audience. Yes. They're less nervous. The people don't see them taking the full sip of water. There's like, they're not so exposed. It's not 16 hours long. It's not super mean. It's more, and it is focused on like actually honoring somebody that the guests know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you can round out the dais with a few other people who maybe they don't know. There's usually some wild card spots, but I think it could kind of get back to the spirit of, the old school roast.
Yeah, and I don't even mean to criticize it as a joke. Obviously, I'm not as funny as anyone that wrote for it, or barely half the people that do the roasts here. But it just seemed to me for what it was on Netflix. It was huge. It was a huge thing. Grandiose, fucking Usher, fucking The Rock, Tom Brady, everyone. So it was much less of like the Dean Martin style stuff. But the joke, my point with that is it just seemed like it really seemed like I don't know. I mean, Chelsea, who I'm not a fan of, but between her, Tony, that one joke was really the only one about chains I felt like was like whatever. The George Floyd joke I think is fine. I mean,
I thought the George Floyd joke was completely out of place.
That was terrible. It was a terrible joke.
I thought that was just thrown in there to be like, I'm naughty.
That was weird too when I rewatched.
I thought the Bonzo joke was a little bit like that. If I didn't know Shane better, if I didn't know his material better, I would think that.
Well, the bonsai joke, he was just clearly having so much fun, and it did feel like it fit in the set. It was weird. I was gonna say with what you said too, with the Tony did do great. I do think that he did crush. And Tony pointed that out. And that joke, I think that George Floyd joke was more out of place in Tony's set than the bonsai joke was in Shane's set.
I think Tony's all hat, no cattle. I really don't see like any level of excellence in his writing. I don't think he's a very good comic, and he's just, he's.
Well, I mean, he has writers.
Sure, and everyone has writers.
I can say he did great without saying that he was a genius writer.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like he gets a little bit too much credit, to be honest. My opinion.
Do you think? Well, also you were in the room, and I did feel like there was some editing going on. You think that might happen? Because I feel like I told you about this, how he flubbed some stuff and you didn't notice.
I didn't see it at all.
I watched the clip, and then I watched it on Netflix. And I do feel like they kind of like might have.
Yeah, because I didn't catch it at all.
I think they smoothed some stuff.
I don't know what kind of editing, if any, was done. Because I was like,
I didn't catch
it does say edited from a live feed when you watch it on Netflix now.
Yeah, but I was like kind of running back and
subtle.
forth.
It was, but
I watched it.
Yeah.
I might have watched it like right after live or whatever the fuck. But
yeah,
I was like in the room for Shane's set, and then went back to like the craft services area where a bunch of us writers were watching, and then I was like kind of milling about. At one point, my girlfriend needed Advil. So I ran it over to her in her seat.
Wow.
And I was like,
what a good man.
But yeah, it was. And then I was like on my way back, and that's when I was trying to cut across the arena to go back, and we were held up, and that's when The Rock entered.
Came out and did his whole thing.
So I was like, oh, move it, The Rock.
Yeah. But that, I don't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of the writers, I love when Shane, after Jeff Ross's set, was like, give it up for Jeff's writers.
Yeah.
He loved that, though. Jeff got a kick out of it.
The Roast Master Soldiers.
He seems like a good dude, too, Jeff.
I didn't
he
really
seems like a pretty relaxed guy.
Yeah, he was a relaxed guy. I didn't really interact with him too much, but I was mainly working with Shane, and then like we were in the as his writers were kind of just like in the room off to one side while everyone else, but like a lot of our work was done. We were just working on a couple things throughout, but it was a good group though. Like that staff was fucking awesome. Like we mentioned before the show, Pat Barker was on there.
Yes.
Nicole Buchanan, some West Coast people who were really funny.
Yeah. It just seemed to me like it was an aggressive, it just seemed to be intentionally over the top aggressive. And I know you're going to get that with Tony. And also just to defend my comment about Tony who's roasting, in hindsight, the jokes were not what I'm talking. I like the joke, but the way that he would perform a joke bad or good, but then move on, his cadence and pacing is very good for that type of thing.
Yeah, he was like dumping as many jokes as he could, really.
Yeah, it was just really, really fast, and everyone could be like, whoa, and you couldn't even realize if it was like really that clever or not. He was already on to the next one.
Right. That's why I think there's a little bit of charlatanry there.
I mean, it's part of the game, and it's also his brand.
People are definitely entitled to their opinions on a lot of these things, but you never know what people are going to clip and how they're going to, what kind of context they're going to put it in. But anytime there's going to be a roast of note, there's going to be a lot of takes. The takeosphere is going to be well fed. So like, I don't think we took it too personally as writers. We were just like, we are a bunch of white boys. We're a bunch of funky ass white boys. Nothing can be done about that.
I don't think
what if Shane just posted like, sorry about that bonsai joke. It was written by JP MCDADE.
That one was not me. I'm not to be a reverse jelly bean counter, but that one was not me.
I know you're saying you didn't write it, but you were saying a lot of stuff doesn't show up in the box score. Is it possible?
You're saying I provided the spiritual racism.
JP's really tall. Shane's really short.
Wait a minute.
Kevin Hart's really
types of trees. Flipping through a book of like horticulture, like, what could we do? I've got it. Damn, I shouldn't have been so damn tall.
Japan.
Japan trees. What's a Japanese tree? Someone running out of the shower to be like, I've got it. I've got to write it down.
Look, JP, I know I technically wrote this joke, but I really feel like it came from you.
What do you do with black guys and trees? They just see me over in the corner. It's like, I didn't mean
to. No.
Abraham Lincoln chopped down a tree, freed the slaves. No, it's not it.
Yeah, I forgot about the first part of that joke, the setup, which is the whole thing, really.
But there is like
that's the thing that matters.
With there's always that Daniel Tosh quote that I feel like we go back to a lot. Like it's a little bit corny, but it's like sometimes I step over the line. That's how I know it's still there.
Sure,
something like that. There's some level of that to it, where it's like, okay, maybe there could be some editing going forward.
I was also up on that, like arguing with Dr. Umar Johnson on Instagram.
The good doctor.
The good doctor. I was just commenting. He was just like, everyone was fucking whining in this thing that got posted, and I started commenting on it, and people started being like, "Yeah, well, you're white. I wouldn't expect you to get it." And I'm like, "Look, this is how." But it was a lot of people just being like, "Why would they say that about her husband?" And I'm like, "They asked. This is how a roast goes."
Cheryl Underwood was a fucking delight, but like she was.
She
seemed like and she also fucking annihilated.
Yes,
crushed, and like we kind of saw it. Well, we definitely saw it coming because we saw her rehearsal. And like a handful of us were watching her rehearsal, and she was fucking hilarious. Like before she even got to the podium, she's like cracking jokes with the Roots and making fun of Shane and making fun of everybody, like just guns blazing. And if you see her set from Def Jam in like 1996, I mean, murdered. Like got a standing ovation. It was like she's just been ruling, really, really crushing in a particular lane of like the black circuit for a long time. Yeah. And it was pretty fucking cool of like Kevin to put her on as like someone who deserved a big fucking stage like that. And she was super, super nice after the show. Like
and she took her lashes too. She got almost.
Well, I would phrase it differently than that. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna talk about Bonsai Tree. Maybe. But she was fucking.
Can't wait for Scott to clip that. But for sure, she probably had the meanest joke said about her on the panel, and she like took him like a champ, and then like just absolutely annihilated.
Too.
Shane called her on the phone, like just to make sure she knew what was coming, and ask if it was okay with the husband jokes.
I mean, those were fucking.
She clocked it right away. We were joking about how like the articles being written about the show will be like the person who got it the worst of the night was Cheryl Underwood's deceased husband who took his own life in the 1990s.
Well, that's why Shane had to say the bonsai joke to take the heat off of that.
I see.
I mean, the narrative about her husband is a lot of people are saying like, what did she do?
But I mean, yeah, she was one of the breakout stars.
And how do you feel about Chelsea Handler?
I think they were fine.
Right.
She and Shane. Is that what you meant? Like the perceived animosity?
I'm just general wondering what you think.
You know what? I like her. I think she's cool. Like she would, the way she like makes fun of Kevin, like when they're just on Funny AF or whatever, and she's in her like a relaxed setting. She's a good ball breaker. A couple of her writers are like, like Yamanika was writing for her. Yamanika's a legend from the early days that we roast battled many years ago. That's how we got to know each other, and like she's fucking awesome. Megan Gailey as well. Megan Gailey I've seen in a long time, but she's based out in LA now, and like she had good people, and I don't know, it was good fun.
Yeah, I did think it was, and good for him. I thought it was crazy. Shane did the Palestine jokes on Netflix.
I loved the Zionist comment. That made me so. I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Anyway, but I mean, people. Someone I was talking to a few days ago asked me like, "Oh, was there genuine animosity?" I don't think so.
No, I mean, it's right. Maybe towards Tony, I assume.
Maybe what you're picking up, and I mean,
it's supposed to be like this.
I don't discount what you're picking up on, like the feeling of kind of hostility or negativity in the roast. But I feel there is some element of kayfabe where people are like are selling it, and they're like, playing it up like they're a little more angry than they are. But
there's just also it's like it's while it's being taped, it's like you're running it, so the emotions are probably heightened. Like you're on camera,
dude, the blood pressure's
this
way
is
up.
What's going on?
You're so exposed. You're sitting there for 3 hours just waiting to go up.
So it's like there does have to be a level of that, but I do honestly, and I like that. I'm not against. I'd rather have there be some element because that harkens back to the old roast that I love, where it's like these people are saying mean things to each other for real.
Yeah,
and they're having a good time with it. Don't get me wrong.
I do like it though. I feel like you can be meaner if you do actually know the person and your friends, and I feel like the old school roast did have that element of friendship more apparent.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes everything go down easier.
Yeah,
where it's like. Everyone's in a high blood pressure situation. They might as well be your friends. Like,
And this situation barely like these people don't know each other. Everyone's talking about Naeem's career, and he's like, I don't fucking know you people.
I don't know. This is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I get way more nervous for anything roast related than for any regular stand-up show.
I mean, it's a group of your peers.
Yeah.
I get stage fright only on this.
Yeah.
I'll get stage fright and I'll like black out and have a horrible. I roasted Priya and I was just like, I like blacked out because I hadn't been roasting in
I've always got to do like breathing exercises to make sure you can't see my fucking carotid artery beating going on stage. It's crazy.
Really? Yeah. I mean, it is nerve wracking, but I don't. The the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, the Big J's Keith Robinson thing.
That was great.
Yeah. I mean, amazing, and just to give a nod to
give
Keith
a shout
cool
out
too.
Yeah,
to
Keith. I saw Keith backstage, and he was hanging with Kevin, and it was nice seeing them catch up. But it was like, I was wondering from the very beginning, like, oh, how's Keith Robinson going to be involved in this? Because like, he took Kevin under his wing when they were.
That's one of the best roast jokes of all time too. Is when he said, Keith, you took Kevin under your wing, and then he ripped it off,
flew away with it.
That
was Ben Bailey, right?
Leaving you to fly in a circle between New York and Philadelphia forever. God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Ben Bailey's a gangster. Mm-hmm. All right. Do you have anything that you like really loved or anything that stood out? Like, what were your favorite jokes?
Favorite jokes that were used?
I still want to know some stuff that you didn't, that weren't used, if you had any, but I don't know if you can get into that.
I don't know if I can, but I truly, and I'm not like being sour grapes about anything. I can't recall one where I'm like, oh, that should have been in.
That's good.
Or the one that I was really psyched about that didn't wind up being used, or
that's cool though,
or whatever. But
you think that shows like just better judgment of the writers' room than in the past? Like if you had written like corduroy dumbass in this writers' room, it for sure would have made the cut.
It would have got used this time.
It would have been appreciated in its time for the genius that it is. But no, it like. I mean, I've been real sentimental and gay about the whole thing, where it was just sick that we were all there. Like, we got to just like stand there in the room and watch Shane do his thing with jokes that we wrote. And it was all like me and Mike Lawrence. We go back to like 2015. He had me on his show at Caroline's, and that was a big deal to me. And like he was judging my early roast battles, and we've worked on a couple writing gigs. He lived on my couch while he was working on Crashing.
Wow.
And like left me a TV. He bought a TV so he could watch it in his room and just left it. Like that's the kind of guy he is. And he's just like been nothing but generous the whole time. And like Zach Amico, who is fucking one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet and one of the best roast joke writers in like working. He has like a fucked up back, and he has like a slipped disc or something. And I mean, heavier guy. Let's just say it.
That's surprising.
But he was like, I mean,
I've seen Big J stand next to regular Zach.
Yeah. But he was putting up like an Olympic level effort just to get around and like work on this shit. And it was like extremely fucking difficult, everything he had to do. And he was just like, could have been more positive. And it was like, just really gutting it out. And it was like me, him, and Mike, and Dan St. Germain, and Nick Mullen. And it was just like, I don't know, this is a sentimental good time, because it was like I said earlier how I kind of surrendered to the idea that roast battle just had to be something that I did for its own sake, where I was like, all right, it'll never pay me back career wise. And then it was like many years down the road where it was like, all right, this kind of, came back around and became like this really fucking fun job that I got to do. And it was like, all right, all those dumb shows that I did in the middle of the night that nobody was at, it all was worth it in a way.
That's awesome, man.
It was pretty sick.
Really, really cool to see Dan too.
Yeah.
Get some shine, you know what I mean?
I thought you meant him.
No.
It's never cool to see.
That would have been the least cool thing. I would have hated that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, Dan St. Germain is someone that like I grew up like I loved him when I was just kind of getting into comedy, or like even becoming aware of comedy. To see him like popping around.
Yeah, there are people.
Stuff is awesome.
I'm of that class, like him and Mike Lawrence, and like Sam Morrill and Mark Norman, whatever, Joe List, people like that. Those were always like the cool upperclassmen.
Yeah,
and then roast battle was our way in to be like the freshmen.
Yeah,
and they were like the upperclassmen who would give you a ride home from school.
Did you ever do roast masters?
Many of them.
He was one of the main guys.
Yeah. No. I mean, I knew you were around then. I just didn't know.
Fair question.
I didn't ever see. I don't know, because
there's a lot of great JP ones there. You look up his Jacob Williams one. That one's really fun.
Okay,
that was a fun one. Jacob Williams is the man. But it was like, I started that in like 2015. My first one was Eli Sayers, and then I did a few of their like tournaments and all kinds of shit. And I don't know. I probably wound up doing like 12 or so, and then it shut down.
That's just to me was like that. That's always when I told him I wanted to get involved, and we started doing this together. The Roast Masters was really what I wanted. Just like the panel of like this dais of just like murderers, friends from like just like legends, honestly.
It was,
and then the up and comers that were like, and it just seemed as close as the Ben Bailey's that era. It seemed so close to that.
It formed a community like that.
Yeah,
where a lot of the times the judges would be like Big J, Sal Vulcano, Nate Bargatze, Ron Bennington, Voss, Bonnie.
Insane.
And it was like, legitimate comics who were good at that specific. Ari Shaffir was always
Bennington.
there. And Bennington was incredible, dude. He was, he called back to something in a battle that I did. Like it was his turn to judge. It was a callback that won't make sense out of context, but he was like, JP, I'd sure like to fuck you in a crib. And it's just like crush. I have to remember what the context was, but it was, it was just a cool, and like that low ceiling little kill box basement where like it was all full of Skanks fans and they loved that kind of comedy. And people online were like, there weren't a ton of people who were watching them, but they were super, super engaged with it.
Yeah.
And it was like this little niche fan base that was like super high energy. It was fucking cool.
I really, really look up to you guys and that era of roasting.
I'm sorry to hear that, but
mostly because you're tall.
Pick better people to look up to, but
no, yeah, right, dude. You guys are you got for real.
Those were the days.
We're building that a little bit, man. You got the Discord. Everyone loves Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy gave me a challenge coin. This guy who's in the
Really?
Navy, like, he watches all the roast battles.
The troops love it, man.
We put out these podcasts, and they're like, "When's Scott gonna come out of the closet?" I'll never do it.
In the Navy. That's why I gave that challenge going.
Yeah, he knows. We'll have sex eventually. All right. Do you have any other questions about the roast, Dan, or anything you want to get into, JP, before we watch this horrible battle?
Yeah.
We got a battle to watch.
Let's see if I got any questions. One thing I did want to highlight is I did think it was really cool just watching Shane also just as a host. I think he just did a really good job, like being fun, all the in-between stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he really just knocked it out of the park.
Whatever he does, he's going to be himself.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that in comics where they're not going to, like, turn on the glitter machine if there's time and, like, start cheese dicking their way through some event. It's like, all right, you want me to host? I'm going to be myself hosting this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it the way I do it.
Yeah, and of course works because he's just so funny too.
Yeah.
But I guess we went into most of the things, right? We talked about Cheryl, we talked about Tony, we talked about Jeff. All right, yeah, I guess that probably about covers. Unless if I could I'll check the Discord real quick if anybody had any questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was. We'll probably cut all this out if I'm just gonna mumble. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I like really. Yeah, there's just the aggressiveness of it, but it does seem like they're trying to do more.
Okay, here's a very
like maybe one a year, and they want it to be.
I think I would prefer it if it was like smaller scale and maybe twice a year or something.
Yeah,
selfishly, I would like more work, but yeah,
it would make for a better thing.
I think so.
I don't think roasts are supposed to be like that.
Make it intimate.
Yeah, okay.
And also, you can book people that are like their friends if it's.
Yeah.
We got a few questions.
Let's go.
This one I don't know if we're gonna want to comment on, but do comics really like Jeff Ross, or do they just pretend so they can get work on roasts?
I don't know.
No comment.
How many of you guys went to see his Broadway play?
I don't know. He's got his crew out there in LA.
Yeah.
Okay,
he seems like a sweet guy. I don't know.
Here's a better, more normal question. What was JP's favorite joke of the night, and who did you think crushed the roast?
Crushed, I mean, Cheryl Underwood. I thought Naeem did great. Mm-hmm. Big J did fucking great. Favorite joke? Try to pick one that's not mine.
You can pick one that's yours, or pretend that it's not yours, and then say it.
Favorite joke.
Mine probably was just Cheryl's husband one.
Which one?
Yeah. Just the black don't crack. I mean, it just came out of nowhere. It was great.
But it's from a nerd perspective. I'm not to pat myself on the back here, but I got in one about Draymond. A couple about Draymond. It was kind of a twofer of the same joke where it was like Draymond has 4 championships the way Ringo Starr has 11 #1 albums.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, I heard that when I was thinking I was thinking about like a tag about like they're both play percussion.
True. They hit things for their team.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We could have used you.
Yeah. Speaking on the friends thing, though, it did seem like there were a lot of friends, and that connection between Kevin Hart and Draymond, I had no idea. That was crazy.
Yeah, their wives are cousins, and they play poker together all the time. Yeah, Draymond was the man. He was pretty cool. Like, he was a very, very good sport about like all the jokes made about him. And seemed to have fun with it.
And thank God.
Oh yeah, yeah. He just starts brawling.
Yeah.
The Rock has to come in for security.
But yeah, the moment was cool when he said the thing about their cousins, because I was kind of watching until that point. Like, I get he's famous, but why is Draymond here? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Cat Williams is fucking.
Cat
Williams is a legend, dude.
Yeah. Also, it is very funny, just like how things work, like with people on stage who might have certain controversies about them, but the only person who gets booed is Draymond just because he plays for the Warriors.
Yeah, he's getting booed from the jump. I didn't know Laker fans cared about the Warriors like that, but they booed him instantly and repeatedly.
It was very funny when he got told to sit on the Rock's lap, and Shane was like, "No, then Cat's right."
No, then Cat is right.
Right. Dude, hilarious.
Yeah, Cat. I've been saying Cat might be the GOAT for years and years, and
I mean, of
just
course,
incredible.
Yeah, we got.
That's how little star power you have. They had to book your enemies.
Yeah, and this last question is just about like your other writing, the writing gigs. Jeff says, with big roasts like Tom Brady and Kevin Hart becoming more mainstream, do you view writing for these roasts as more restrictive than like other writing jobs in the past?
I don't know if it's more restrictive. It's similar to kind of my wheelhouse on anything where it's just like a monologue needs setup punch jokes. Mm-hmm. As many laughs as you can fit in a certain word count. That's like, yes, in a roast, the idea is to insult somebody, and in a monologue, it's maybe not as roasty, like say for the Golden Globes. But at the end of the day, it's kind of the same task. You have the setup already done for you, and you just find the punchline.
Gotcha. Although I think he might have been asking about like offensiveness.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. I guess the theory would be that if roasts become more mainstream, then they're gonna have to become more censored. But like, it's still on Netflix, and people are going in terms of like immediate censorship. That's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
But in terms of like what people say, I feel like you can't write jokes for a roast. You can't write around what you think people are going to say about it. Uh-huh. Like, that's just going to be a fool's errand. People are going to find something to be mad about, or people are going to have their takes, whatever. You kind of just have to let it fly and live with the consequences. So, no, I wouldn't say it's becoming more restrictive.
Yeah. Okay, I guess then the last one, I think this isn't from them. This is just kind of, I think, something I think will help. What do you think of what's going on with Roast Battle right now, like with the league and like the online stuff? Do you follow it all?
I'm maybe a little behind
the
news, but I show up and judge.
Yeah.
And I don't. Is there controversy?
No, I mean just asking about what you think about like the Cellar and the mothership shows.
The lack of Pat Barker also.
No, it's cool. I mean, it's very cool that like more scenes are into it now. The fact that it's in like Barcelona and Tokyo, and
it's crazy.
People are discovering it and are into it.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of heading towards like a UCB type model where it's just like, it's like just top down where there's like
somehow Dan Wickes makes all the money, nobody else gets paid.
Yes, the UCB model.
Shout out Charity Gregory.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like the expansion is cool. I don't think there's like any gatekeeping going on. It's like if it creates an opportunity for more unknown comics to like get a little airplay with like material that they don't mind burning, great. It's awesome.
It's also just so cool to see, like, when I first got here, everyone was like, why would anyone roast?
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, because the show started when this place opened, really, like a little bit after this one. And at the time, everyone was like, why would you roast? It's a dumb thing to do if you don't like stand-up. Real stand-ups don't roast, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And to see my friends and people that I love and myself get to do these cool gigs. But like Andrew, like just these people get to fly to They get to do the Mothership. They get to do the Comedy Store. They get to get on Netflix as a joke fest.
See the world a little bit.
I mean, it's just awesome.
Get their reputation
it's just
up.
very, very cool to see people I love who are talented get to do
That's
these
something
things.
John and Joe told me when he got to do Netflix as a joke. That was like the first time that his girlfriend's parents took him seriously.
Yeah.
Because he was like explaining, because before then it was like, okay, that's weird. Your boyfriend goes out for his hobby every night.
Right.
They're like, oh, okay, this is something.
Yeah, there's a lot of that for sure. But yeah, I mean, if it might lead to something for people, cool, you know. But just do it for fun. It's like, and not to be corny again, but there's like the other like Greg Giraldo quote that I'm always paraphrasing, where he says in I Am Comic, like, the reward has to be the laugh itself. It can't be anything else.
Yeah.
Like, you have to just be doing comedy just to receive that vibration of the laugh, like, because anything else is going to disappoint you.
Yeah.
And like, if you
let me tell you about vibrations.
This man's vibrating constantly. That couch is buzzing at 528 hertz anytime he sits on it. But yeah, I mean, just fucking do it to do it and have fun, you know?
Yeah. I love that.
Pretty cool.
All right, yeah. So speaking of doing it to do it and have fun, we're about to do our segment, Worst of the Week.
Oh, shit.
JP, do you know what the segment is?
No.
Okay, so you know the RBL Weekly podcast where they count down the best battles of the week and they like talk about how cool they are? We do the opposite. We watch a stinker. We watch someone get owned in like a fun way and we make fun of them.
Yeah, let's kick someone off that bottom rung, baby.
And this is a special one too because
how dare you try to take a step above open mics, you piece of shit.
Some of these are really fun to watch, and some of them like, oh God, please, do we have to do like, what do they do to deserve this?
I mean, that's my fault because sometimes I don't do enough research and I pick one that's just bad and not like fun, bad in a fun way. This one is bad in a fun way.
It is, and he knew.
Yeah,
you a young comic who's trying to get an opportunity?
Yeah.
Well, someone who's a barnacle for more famous comics is going to talk shit about you on a podcast.
And this, so and for this is the first one which actually does have the context where the person knows going in that we're doing it, because as I was judging this battle, I did say, well, Peter, that was bad, but
that's the clip.
We do a segment where we watch a bad battle on the podcast, and we haven't had a good one to watch in a while, so thank you for this.
You look over at Scott behind the camera just like, we've got our material.
Yeah. But some context for this before we watch it. This is from Peter Lou, who is a very solid stand-up, and he's very hard working at Roast Battle. He is trying to figure it out. He really is. And he did his first one at Stanford. Not first one ever, but first one of my shows at Stanford. And he was doing like quick jokes, and his opponent was doing that like joke on top of joke on top of joke thing that I know that you don't like, that you like are very like.
I'm
stick to
a
the
little bit of a
format.
stickler for the rules, where I think if it's like tit for tat, it should be like maybe a preliminary thing and a joke, but like maybe maximum 2 punchlines. But
yeah,
I mean, if it works, it works.
But Peter's reaction to that was like, oh, I didn't realize you could do that. I'm just going to do that next time. And I was like, okay, but if you do that, the joke's got to be good.
Yeah, every joke needs to carry its own weight.
Yeah.
If you are going to load them in.
Yeah, and maybe maybe he did that, or maybe none of them carried
But
their
I do
own
think
weight.
like part of the task of like coming up with your 5 jokes for a tit for tat round is like editing and figuring out which ones should go in and which ones shouldn't. So
I agree with you, but what if you wrote 25 jokes and none of them should go in?
That is the essential question of Roast Battle.
Okay, so without further ado, this is Peter Lou versus Drea Curtright.
Peter, who's going first?
I think I'm going first. Right?
All right, Peter's going first. 5 jokes, tit for tat. Clap it up, everybody.
Yeah. Drea, thank you for taking time away from selling crystals to be here. Drea's very pretty, right? She actually participated in child beauty pageants. I say participated because she never won. And as an adult, she has narcolepsy, which means she has trouble sleeping. She's like the opposite of Sleeping Beauty, you know? She doesn't need someone to wake her up. She needs someone to put her to sleep. Like, she doesn't need Prince Charming. She needs Bill Cosby.
I feel like I started falling asleep listening to that joke.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Peter only dates Asian women, but he's sworn off eating pussy because it just makes him hungry an hour later.
I don't get it. Okay. Give it up for Alicia No Keys. Drea moved from Boston to Brooklyn after getting her heart broken up by an open micer, which is like the second saddest thing I've ever heard. The first is falling in love with an open micer. Drea used to be an Episcopalian, but she's an atheist now, which makes sense because if an open micer could break your heart, then God isn't real. All right.
It's a thinker.
It's a thinker, yeah.
Peter has a great physique. Too bad he keeps skipping face day.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Drea is black, but she only dates white guys. Her pussy is like a 1950s drinking fountain. White lips only. But she no, she's like sweet and adorable though, right? Like an Oreo, you know, black on the outside and just filled with cum on the inside. All right, that's where I lose you. Oh my God.
Thank you, Jackie Bland. Peter is Mongolian and Chinese. He actually told me he is 90% Asian, which means he obeys traffic laws 10% of the time.
That's not bad. Thank you for taking a break from Candace Owens' wedding to be here. It's okay. A black guy wrote that joke for me. As a teen, Drea was actually addicted to the internet. You know, she was on an episode of MTV's True Life called I Have No Friends. Yeah, she would spend 16 hours a day on the internet, which is crazy, man, because I didn't even know Florida had Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's mostly a Florida roast. Continue.
We get it.
Yeah, you got it.
Peter plays ukulele and Magic the Gathering. But neither is his worst quality.
What's the worst?
I guess you're joke writing.
All right, let's try this one. Drea got her tubes tied when she was 26, right? Yeah, as every woman in Florida should. Stay with me, okay? Stay with me on this one. Forget about legalizing abortion. Every woman in Florida should have their tubes mandated tied, and every man chemically castrated. Okay, all right. She got her tubes. She got her tubes untied, actually. Dude, when she left Florida, she got them untied. Retied when she ended up in Boston. Untied again when she found love, and then retied around her neck when he broke up with her. These are too wordy.
Yes. This is the last one, right?
Yeah, this is the last one.
Okay. Yes, Peter honors his culture by practicing the ancient art of Mongolian throat singing. Oh, sorry, I meant Mongolian deep throating.
Man.
I feel like you were skeptical about the segment before we started the battle.
You guys promised and you delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, even if he did well, he would have been up against Drea. Did really well.
Yeah,
Like-
this was a particularly
but part
one-sided.
of Drea doing so well was how bad he did, and they're really punishing him for it.
Because sometimes your opponent can be so bad that you're like, I can't do anything with this.
Yeah.
And she was still ready for like, you're joke writing. It's like,
She also has the stage presence where it's like whatever is happening next to her doesn't really affect her ever, really anyway. Yeah.
She looked like she works in a record store in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't be
Tower
Actually,
Records.
Yeah,
I feel the opposite. She was so in the room. Like, that's why she crushed so hard.
Yeah.
She was just
She's
so
very
reactive
present,
to what
yeah.
she was doing.
Sure,
yeah, she was poised. And then like, and with Peter, like after everything, it was like, there was some kind of explanation or some kind of move directly to the paper. Like, boy.
Some punchline.
I mean, he said, stay with me, and then just said the same thing again. That's tough. He's like, got her tubes tied. Stay with me. She got her tubes tied. Damn.
He didn't really lose confidence though either.
No, I mean he didn't spiral.
He bombed with grace.
Yeah, he didn't.
He
spiral.
was making fun of himself, which is good.
Yeah,
there were signs of pain, but he didn't like lash out and spaz.
He didn't freak
Give
out.
him credit.
But it was definitely a one-sided debacle.
Yeah.
Shout out Drea. She really, because Drea can be hit or miss, but when she's on, she's really on.
And she had good jokes too. Like she came to play.
Yeah, when I first started, Drea was one of the people that I was always very, really excited to see. I mean, Devin is always a softball.
Sure.
Yeah.
But she said, she is one of my favorite jokes, which is Devin looks like he puts on cologne to do fast food reviews in his car. Which is like so layered.
Yeah.
And like, it's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful joke. But
I love a joke that paints a picture. Yeah, Devin.
Yeah.
Devin's the man, like in terms of how much he puts over his opponents and the judges very well.
Yeah.
Always.
He's gotten much better too in the way of like putting on a show.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to like wait, he's really like getting bigger on stage and like leaning into stuff.
Yeah.
Him and you know who else is good as that is JJ.
Yeah.
Like, win or lose, JJ loses a lot, but JJ is like
he's kind of a dry guy.
Battles, huh?
He's kind of a dry guy though, right? He's like pretty low key.
Super, but he's just like
definitely appreciate that.
You'll hit him like nail him with a joke, and he'll just be like, oh, "No." Yeah. All right.
That was shout out Peter.
Shout out Peter Lou. He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll get his vengeance.
He'll figure out the nice middle ground of amount of jokes to do.
Just a little editing. Just use that delete key.
All right. Well, JP, thanks for coming on the podcast, man.
Thank you,
really
boys.
appreciate it. You definitely don't need to be
sure,
here,
yeah.
but
thanks for having me.
You're the man, dude.
Yeah, this is something that I think our listeners are going to appreciate a lot for sure.
Come to the Grove. Come see a show at the Grove.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Come to Roasted.
Yeah, you got anything you want to plug?
No. Find me on the internet, McDade Baby, JP McDade Comedy on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, come here every Wednesday, Grove 34 Roast Battle. Come to the Stanford show once a month. That's going to move to Thursdays, so that's that's exciting. A little bit better ticket selling days. Come check out roastbattle.nyc. I've been working hard on a website, trying to make people really fucking obsessed with Roast Battle. Make us all famous. Remember everything JP was saying earlier about doing this just for the art and for the fun? Fuck that. I'm trying to get famous. I'm trying to pay my bills. He's
trying
to
get on Drewski. He's trying to get on Kai Sinat's stream. Whatever it takes. Dan's trying to do celebrity boxing against the Paul brother. He has no artistic integrity. He's going to be on the Norman Wives.
Grove34.com, G34productions.com. We have a short, kind of a mini feature film coming out with Dan Soder. Voices the main bad guy, so that'll be coming out late this year. Then we have Tinkle boxed up right now with Joe List. So G34 Productions.